And now, live in studio, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
Yes, here we are again, another day committed to picking a fight with the mainstream media and providing you the timely truth centered around real estate, credit, finance, estate planning, tax planning, and so much more. You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback Show, where our number one goals are to educate, entertain, enlighten, but most importantly, we want to engage you in an effort to help you win in any marketplace.
The only thing I'm addicted to right now is winning.
Pull out your smartphone, save our hotline number in your phone. At some point, you're going to need it. 813-670-7372. 813-670-7372.
You used to call me on my cell phone.
You can call or text that line. Also, check out our newly redesigned website, consumerqb.com. Got a fresh new look, compliments of the web design ninja, Teo Leonard there. And consumerqb.com, you can see links to all of our expert contributors, the finest folks in all of Tampa Bay and the Gulf Coast region of Florida that we've assembled, we've vetted to help you win no matter what you're facing. Also, a lot of our previous content and shows you can be found there on YouTube as well. And at Brandon Rhymes 1 on Twitter. We'd love to engage with you and help you no matter what you're facing. And, of course, you know, we got the hurricane happening here now. We got a lot of things to talk about on the show, Intelligent Talk Radio, and we've got some intelligent folks here in studio. Jason Brooks in the house. He's the Vice President of Retail Sales for EMortgage Management and the Delbro team. Welcome in.
Thank you, sir. Good to be here again. Just looking forward to getting past this storm. So hopefully that thing does something weird and goes somewhere else.
Yeah, that'd be
Mexico
nice.
Would be good.
It'd be cool if we had some kind of get some of the brainiacs to fly something into the middle of these storms, explode some kind of a bomb or something, and make it go a certain way.
Right.
You know,
there's a theory that they can control it to some extent, but
that'd be neat.
It's well above my pay grade.
That's the science, technology, engineering, mathematics guys and gals out there. So that's the next project, right? Yeah.
The other one's sitting beside us.
Yeah.
Right?
Kimberly Marie is in the house as well, principal architectural interior designer and Arch Luxe. Welcome back.
Thank you so much. This is scary, though. I mean, you know, just
Yeah.
preparing and just, you know, being there for everybody. Here recently, we donated a lot to Texas, and
Yep.
now we kind of feel like we're going to have to donate here in Florida.
Yeah, could be.
Yeah.
You know, every year we have these scares, or every other year at least. You know, you see these different scares that are coming up,
Right.
and you never know what's going to happen. So
No.
you just got to be prepared. Get out there and be prepared. Get your batteries, your water, your charcoal. Be prepared. Get that plan in place. And also in studio, Leo Cannyn, principal project manager for Beryl Engineering. Welcome in.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I feel like a disaster specialist. A couple of weeks ago, I'm in here talking about sinkholes. Today, I'm here talking about, through FEMA, talking about emergency preparedness to get ready for the storm. As far as blowing them up, you wouldn't want to do that. They're giant cooling engines.
Okay.
So if you truly want to experience global warming, destroy the giant cooling engine that's cooling off the earth.
So the hurricanes are giant cooling engines.
Yeah, they basically take cold water from the bottom and then bring it up to the top and disperse it into the atmosphere. So what they're doing is they're actually cooling off the earth, and that's why they form in the warm waters, because they're just trying to cool things down. So when we had an unusually hot spring, a dry spring, and a hot winter, the hurricanes being massive this year makes sense.
Alrighty then.
Wow.
Hey, that's a good
awesome.
explanation right there. You know, we got you in the house. So you said you are a FEMA certified?
Yeah, FEMA certified emergency management. I've actually been a first responder on 7 different storms, so I'll talk a little bit about that experience later in the show.
Excellent. Yeah, that's great. I don't have much of that certification on paper, but, you know, growing up in Florida, you know, we see it happen, and unfortunately, it's can get ugly out there. So we're going to talk a little bit about real estate, credit, finance here on the show. We're going to talk about ways to help you live a better life and being prepared for this potential threat that we're seeing here. And all right, let's jump into it. And, you know, giving a shout out to our restaurant partner here, Brio Tuscan Grill at the International Plaza as well, and 2223 Northwest Shore Boulevard. Brio Tuscan Grill is located off of Bay Street, right next to the Renaissance Tampa Hotel at the International Plaza. And they got great food, an Italian menu, Tuscan Country Villa style in Tampa. So we invite you to check out Brio Tuscan Grill. And we'd love to have you reach out with us and engage with us today. If anything that you hear on the show that's going to be helpful for you, we would love to hear from you. So got a couple of hot listings I want to let you know about. Just listed this beautiful property in Largo. It's 14465 Tanglewood Drive in Largo. 4 bedrooms, 4 bath. $560,000 list price, and we had an open house this past weekend, and we already have some potential interest there, potential offers on this property. 14465 Tanglewood Drive. It's a beautiful property, pool, fenced-in backyard, lots of upgrades. Too many to list there. And I got a great listing out in Plant City. Anybody wanting that country style lifestyle, 5421 Kelly Road in Plant City. This is a beautiful property. $2 million, $1.999 million there. So $2 million property, 3 bedrooms, 3 bath, and it's a beautiful country living opportunity. 12.89 acres and a lot of upgrades. Got a detached garage. So many things to list here, but it's a great buying opportunity. 5421 Kelly Road in Plant City, and we'd love for you to reach out. Anything real estate related, check out our real estate website, PlatinumMVPRealty.net. PlatinumMVPRealty.net. All right, let's go ahead and jump right into it. We got a real estate expert, mortgage expert here in studio. So a wealth of knowledge is Jason Brooks. And when you think about these time of years, especially when the storm is in the box, these types of things are a lot of concerns. People are wondering, can they bind coverage now? I don't think they can.
Flood, you're out 30 days typically.
Yep.
Homeowners insurance not going to write anything right now. So anybody who is closing on a purchase transaction, typically lenders will start to freeze fundings. They won't actually lend money in that state or in that area. So purchase transactions do take precedence because obviously there's other timing things involved. So like for us right now, we suspended refinance transactions, but we have not done anything with purchase money loans yet. So again, depending on what the storm actually does, whether the impact is great for our direct areas is yet to be seen. But there's going to be parts of Florida, I believe, that are going to be pretty devastated. So.
Yeah, it's going to drop a lot of rain, that's for sure. And, you're driving around, looking around out there this time of year. I'm just I always try to look at the ditches and the canals and just kind of see what the level is. It seems like they're already still pretty high from previous rain, just regular rain that we get.
Oh, yeah. The rainfall totals have been pretty impressive. I don't know. It wasn't that long ago. 3 months ago, we were in like some crazy long drought, right? And then I think we got like 3 weeks of rain and that drought was completely gone. Well, that was still 2.5 months ago.
Right.
Carol, locally, one of the golf clubs here, they had a sinkhole open up. The ground is very saturated with water, so getting a lot of water, especially South Tampa, you get into those areas. Those areas are bad anyway. There's definitely going to be let's just hope and pray that this thing does something different.
That's right. Yeah, absolutely. And when we look at the market in general, things are still great. It's a great time to be purchasing.
Market. Yeah.
Rates are still relatively low.
Yeah, 10-year Treasury is actually at its lowest point since going back into mid-November as of today. Right now it's trading at 2.08, which is his lowest level that we haven't seen 2.08 since November of last year.
Wow.
So the 10-year Treasury, which is what drives your fixed rate mortgages, 10-year, 30-year Treasury. So interest rates are at their best levels they've been post-election. And we're hoping to see some continuous reprieve from that. So hopefully we'll see some more buying opportunities. Inventory levels are still low, which is driving prices, which is good. But at the end of the day, you got to take advantage of when you can, and the market couldn't be any better right now as far as what we've seen since last November. So
low inventory, that's something we talk a lot about on this show. And if there's any homeowners out there that are thinking, hey, maybe I will sell, maybe I want to at least explore this, find out what the value of my home, we would love to offer you a free comparable market analysis. If you'd like, just reach out to our hotline, give us a call or a text, and we'll do a comparable market analysis for you, find out what the value is, what the comps are doing in your neighborhood. This is something that's good to know at least once every other year, maybe 6-8 months. You want to know, hey, how much foreclosure activity is going on in my neighborhood? What about short sale activity? We can let you know that simply by running some reports through our MLS system. So inventory's low. It's a challenge, Jason, and it's something that we've been battling for a while. We've got families moving into the area that we cannot find a home for, a suitable home. Maybe they need 3 bedrooms, 2 bath, whatever district they want to be in school-wise. So there's some, inventory shortages and there's some challenges, but there's some great products that we can look at potentially as well with these renovation-style loans as well.
Yeah, there's the home style renovation, which is purchase transaction or refinance for that matter that allows you to, it's essentially like a construction loan, allows you to do major renovations. So adding on rooms, actually adding square footage to the home, putting in pools. So there's a difference between like the renovation loans and a 203K for that matter. FHA doesn't allow you to do what are called luxury items, which would be putting in a pool, upgrading specific parts of the house. But they will let you do like windows and doors and different facets.
Will they can you go 3-1 to a 3-2?
Add an existing bathroom, yes.
Nice.
Add a new bathroom, sure. Doing internal remodels, kitchen remodels, that kind of stuff, you can still do with a 203K. With anything structural, obviously, is a full 203K, but you're limited on the FHA property max, which is 274, I believe, in Hillsborough County. So there's some caps there, and again, what we're running into is average median home prices have risen. Again, the CoreLogic report came out this morning. It was up 6.7% year over year, up 0.9% just in the last 30 days.
Is that nationwide or Florida?
That's nationwide, correct?
Okay.
Yeah, those are nationwide, and the sand states tend to be a little bit higher than that average. So your Florida, California, Texas, anything that borders the ocean, so to speak, tend to rise a little faster than the rest of the United States. So that's right. We're going to be on the higher end of that average.
Yeah. So that's good. We're talking with Jason Brooks here. He's the Vice President of Retail Sales for EMortgage Management and the Delbro team as well. And so you look at the versatility of real estate. Let's say you're not a homeowner, you want to invest. Boom, you invest in the triplexes, quads, duplexes, apartment buildings.
One of the best investments you can, if you can find them. That's the kicker, is finding them. But what a lot of people don't realize is if you're purchasing a house and it's already an investment home, and it's already occupied, a lot of the times you don't need very much income, if any, to really qualify for that kind of thing, because it's already an income producing property, which means it's already cash flowing. So you're purchasing a property that's not actually affecting your debt to income ratio because it's already washing that payment out. So if you have a property now and you were tight on income getting into that property, that doesn't necessarily mean you can't buy another one. It just means that you have to buy something that's already currently rented in order to carry both payments, so to speak. So there's a lot of other ways. Again, I do a lot of this time of year. I do a lot of tax planning with CPAs because I get a lot of self-employed high net worth customers as well. And we're planning for the new year to purchase, and there's a lot of planning that goes in place with that. There's a lot of changes that happen annually, monthly, with how we can calculate self-employed borrowers' income using a traditional form of tax return. Because of those changes, a lot of we also offer a lot of other products that allow you to actually use business bank statements or personal bank statements using deposits to actually qualify for income versus having to use your actual tax returns anymore. And again, interest rates aren't as good on those products because they're much higher risk. However, it still allows you to buy in a market where you can still get into the fives on a rate and create an asset somewhere.
Yeah, I like that. Let's talk more about that when we come back as well. Sure. We also have interesting feel-good story from Hurricane Harvey, some of the settlement out there. You've got bakers were trapped for 2 days, so they made bread for hundreds of Harvey victims. And we're going to talk about the top 10 states with the most rain and snow based on statewide average precipitation in this year. So you're listening to the Consumer Quarterback Show. Stay with us. More from our expert contributors. Giving a shout out to the Maids Cleaning Service. They do a great job cleaning our real estate properties. 24-hour, 100% satisfaction guaranteed by the Maids Cleaning Service. They are referred for a reason. So stay with us. Don't touch that dial. Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Thanks for listening to my daddy's show. For more information, go to consumerqb.com.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com. listening to the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show, owner of Platinum MVP Realty and a top listing agent here in Tampa Bay. Recently featured in Florida Realtor Magazine for the third time in the July issue. Real excited about a lot of the growth things happening here in Tampa Bay. And, of course, we're on the hurricane lookout right now like a lot of people are, and just making sure you're getting your supplies in there. Get your supplies, get your plan in place, and let's see, kind of wait and see here what's going to happen with this Irma out there. We want to give a shout out to one of our partners here, Healthy Gourmet, giving a shout out to Felicia Lacaille with Healthy Gourmet. She's got meal plans starting at $90 a week, optimal fuel, optimal performance, and Healthy Gourmet is a intelligent delivery service for food. Organic veggies, natural proteins delivered fresh 3 times a week, and only $90 a week. You get 10 meals dropped off. I love it. Monday, Wednesday, Friday roll around, and I've got a great new meal, and it's teasing the taste buds every week there with all types of great creations from Felicia Lacaille. And all right, we're in studio. We're helping you win. Jason Brooks is in the house. He's a VP of retail sales with EMortgage Management. Kimberly Marie is in the house as well, principal architectural interior designer, and Arch Luxe is her company name. And Leo Cannyn as well, principal project manager for Beryl Engineering. And let's go ahead and let's bring Kimberly into the mix and talk a little bit about, some of the things that you're seeing as well. And Jason was talking about some of these renovation type loan products. You can help out with that scenario as well.
Absolutely. What we've done specifically because of Harvey is we've actually partnered together with a company that does restoration. And so what they do is they'll clean it and they'll bring it, clean everything out, dry everything out, and then we come in right after. So we're preparing to still help out everyone for Harvey. We did put together a truck here in Tampa. We sent it this weekend to Texas, just people without water, without food, without normal toiletries, essentials that they needed. And now the Irma's coming this way, just preparing because, Puerto Rico is a part of us. So we, preparing to put some things together. And because I have my own private line of cabinetry, what I'm doing is I'm putting together a fund so that we can actually go ahead and produce these productions and go ahead and have the cabinetry ready because we already know that we're going to have certain needs for that as well. So just putting things back together and putting people's lives back together. That's what our main job is going to be right now. That's where
it's
our
tough.
focus is.
It's tough. And you think about the impact of what already has happened with Harvey, and now you got Irma. And man, as far as construction goes as well, with these renovation, with the new construction, with the housing, material costs are going to spike. Plywood, drywall.
I really don't foresee some of those things because I'm direct with the manufacturers and they're really great companies and I know their family personally and it's in a 2 million square foot facility. Everything's sustainable, so they grow all the trees here in the U.S. and it's amazing. They're very, very good people. They'll help anybody. And what I think I want to do is I want to put out my actual discounts of what I get and then, collect the funds just so that we can do it. Because there's going to be so many bad people out there that are going to take advantage of these people. And I really don't want for that to happen. So if I can also put together funds so that we can already go ahead and put things into production, even if we do specific increments, we know that it's not going to all retrofit fit. And I don't want to put fillers and everything everywhere, but I have the ability to draw and design. I have the ability to fly out wherever I need to. My clients are all over the nation, and so and the trucks will go that way. We know that we can do this for them. I absolutely know this because I have I have actually friends and family that are in Houston, Friendswood, Katy, Texas, and Galveston. So it did affect a lot of people that they knew. Luckily, they personally were not affected, even though they are in those areas. But seeing the devastation and watching my cousins out there putting their boats in the water and saving people and friends of ours that are doing the same thing, making the news, and collecting. I think that's extremely important, and I know my heart's in the right place.
Yeah, absolutely. I think so. That's great that you're able to do that and help people. So on a daily basis, you're 9 to 5. Let's talk to the consumers out there. How can you help them? What are you looking for? What type of clients are you looking for?
Are looking for. We basically would do a full renovation. So we have qualified and licensed, bonded, and insured engineers, and we have architects, and we have general contractors. All of our trade professionals have background checks. They're it's very comforting to me because I have a child, and all of my contractors are very great contractors. I would totally trust them being around any of my family and friends. And so a lot of times I find that people they look at certain people that are in the trade as, maybe that they're not as trustworthy. And I think that people need to open up their minds that they're doing work that others can't do.
Right.
And they are qualified, and they are they're great people. So when they put themselves out there like that, I just I'm only bringing in people that I know I can trust. And I'm a female entrepreneur, and I've owned my business for 19 years. So I've got a lot of people that I do work with, and they're amazing, and they will do what they need. So if there's something where we've got to tear off your roof, or we've got to put a new one back on, or and it's not just that, it's actually changing the whole entire inside. We don't have any limitations with walls, because we have the structural engineer on board. He's a do or die. He will not do anything that is not up to code. You couldn't make him. He'll go to his grave with it, and he's amazing. So people like that on our team is what's worth doing this job.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I have a friend of mine who just it's a single story home, 3,100 square feet, all one floor. And he removed the roof, the trusses, the whole system, the whole setup upstairs, added 1,800 square foot second story, and then redid it. So that's up to that kind of level.
It's super. And the thing of it is being in this industry for so long and being able to go direct with the manufacturers, that was really important to me, because then I'm passing down discounts. I feel like that sometimes people get caught up in the interior design verbiage in the title of my position. But as a principal architectural designer, I actually am going in and I negotiate for the client. I make sure that everything's panned out, and we have everything that we need, so that when we go in and we say it's going to be about this much for the budget, and then we can pick and choose. I do not limit my clients to that. Here's this line item. This is this line item. I allow for them to have a ton of movement in there, and then we work on it. If we don't foresee a problem that's behind the walls, then we attack it at that point. But we give enough leverage in there, and then if we're spending less than your budget, and sometimes we definitely do spend less than the budget, that gives them some money to free up where if they want to replace the windows or whatever. But just know that every time we're going to go to the city, and we're going to let the city know, because we do not want to put our lives and license on the line, nor anyone else's.
Yeah, licensed, bonded, insured, the whole thing, making sure you're proactive when you look at, bringing on a architectural interior designer. Kimberly Marie, the best in the business here, a longtime friend of the Quarterback Show. And when we come back, we're going to talk about bakers were trapped for 2 days, so they made bread for hundreds of Harvey victims. More feel-good stories as well from our expert contributors. And stay with us. Don't touch that dial. Got a hot listing here, 2297 Monaco Lane in Clearwater, number 25, unit number 25, back on the market. Beautiful property. Check out the drone video photography at our website as well, platinummvprealty.net. 2297 Monaco Lane, 2-bedroom, 2-bath property, $145,000. Great buying opportunity. That's 55-plus community in Clearwater. And we'll see you on the other side of the break. Don't touch that dial. Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Hey, everybody. I'm Forbes Riley, celebrity TV fitness host and creator of The Spin Gym. I'm here today with Brandon Rhymes, and you're listening to the Consumer Quarterback Show. Great ways to get happy, healthy, and wealthy.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com. listening to the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
Which way? All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here, Quarterback Show, Intelligent Talk Radio. Got some intelligent folks here in studio with me today. Jason Brooks in studio. He's the VP of Retail Sales for EMortgage Management. Kimberly Marie is in the house as well, Principal Architectural Interior Designer for Arch Luxe. And Leo Cannyn, he's a Principal Project Manager for Beryl Engineering. And we're helping you win in any marketplace. That's the goal of our show. We want you to think about our show as the hub of your financial, your business, your health, will. And each spoke extending out is going to represent another one of our preferred partners. We've got 80-plus show partners now, and we all want to help you win no matter what you're facing. Everything from credit repair, credit improvement, estate and tax planning, a lot of real estate advice as well. You know, real estate, of course, the mortgage side. Ways that we can help you from a construction standpoint, processing. There's a lot of things we can do. So we want you to reach out, 813-670-7372 and 670-7372. And it's also 670-REQB. You know how to throw the quarterback acronym in there. So consumerqb.com as well. Check out consumerqb.com. That's where you can find expert contributors, all of their contact information for our 80-plus show partners at consumerqb.com. Just check on that link. And you can submit an email form too. So if you have any questions that you hear from the show, maybe you get a letter on your door, you don't know what to do about it. We've got 4 or 5 different attorneys that we can direct you to and kind of make that connection for you. We want to quarterback these introductions for you and help you understand more about what you're facing out there. Check out our book on Amazon as well, Become the MVP in Your Industry by Surfing the Radio Waves. We're going to teach you how to start your own show, grow your celebrity, become a celebrity in your marketplace, grow your sales. There's a lot of benefits through starting your own show. We're teaching you how to do that, actually partnering up with Ken Shamrock and his partner Des as well. We're taking this model nationwide. It's one of the cool things that we're working on right now behind the scenes on this. But yeah, so let's go ahead and jump back into this. So first segment 1, we talked with Jason Brooks. We were talking about tax planning, cash flow, the low inventory that we still have. We talked about the 10-year treasury. And then also we talked with Kimberly Marie, talked about how to develop a plan when it comes to any kind of remodels you might want to do. She's an architectural interior designer. And now let's bring it over to Leo Cannyn, Principal Project Manager for Beryl Engineering, and figure out how this all fits together, you know?
Well, as a 203K consultant, we directly tie in to Jason as far as helping people go through the process of obtaining the 203K or the home style product and guiding them through that entire process, pairing them up with general contractors, architects, other engineers if need be. It's a very exciting product. We've seen a lot of people take distressed homes and bring them up to property value. They're great, perfectly great if you're looking to do an addition, either vertically or horizontally, adding kitchens, bathrooms, adding second floor, turning a garage into an in-law suite. These are all things that the home style and the 203K product are great for.
Yeah, I love that. I love that idea, especially if you want to stay in that district, that school district. You want the kids to go to the same place your elementary school's at. You know, there's a lot of concerns when you have that. So that's a big product. I love that product.
Yeah, anytime a realtor can use that product to save a deal, because as home inspectors can go in there and potentially destroy a deal, you can save that deal if they really like the house, the location, needs modernization, needs some upgrading, seller can't cooperate, then the realtor can have a 203K consultant like us come in, help save the deal, client gets what they want in the neighborhood they want it in.
Yeah, I love that. You know, things come into play. You go in, you do the inspection, you've got knob and tube wiring, you've got the aluminum wiring that comes in. Give us a scenario where that's played out, maybe a recent success story, something like that.
We had one recently. It was basically polybutylene piping, which was a gray piping that was used in the 80s. Piping's, for all intents and purposes, fine. When it first came out, it had some plastic crimps. They eventually replaced those fittings with metal fittings, but some of the plastic ones blew out. There was a huge lawsuit. So even though the Florida Building Code doesn't have a problem with polybutylene piping, the insurance companies won't write policies on it. So it creates that gray area where home inspectors may not note it as such because it's not actually a defect from a construction standpoint. But then when it comes time for insurability, now that these homes are approaching 30 years, insurance companies are denying coverage. So knob and tube wiring, aluminum wiring, polybutylene piping, these are all great products for the 203K or the home style to come in and replace it. But what we see most commonly is you have a roof, it's about 15, 20 years old, it's failing. If I told the buyer you need $8,500 for a new roof, they're going to say deal's off, we're walking away. If I tell the buyer $20 a month, we get you a new roof, that's easy. That's like beer money.
I like that.
That
Yeah.
is, I like. I'm going to use that.
Yeah, that's the way you do it. It's like
Definitely.
on the 203K, it's like you can get you a new roof, a new AC, and I can redo your bathroom for $35 a month.
Yeah, that's a win-win. And the beer money's a little bit on the light side for some of the people I've seen how they drink. The $20, maybe
The
$35.
hourly beer money, I guess.
Yeah, hourly. Yeah,
That just makes it even less of an investment. I mean, for the price of a cheeseburger at a fancy restaurant, you can have a new roof.
Yeah. It's all about how you break it down, right? In the sales side, it's breaking it down, how you present it. And I've got that situation with the property. The roof needs to be replaced. We're going through. Now she's talking to a local municipality though that's saying there's a senior program. Have you heard of any programs for seniors that they'll help them with the roof, or I guess they somehow front some of the costs?
I know there's a bunch of programs out there. City of Tampa has a new home buyer down payment assistance program. They're out there. There's grants and fundings. We have a client, City of Pembroke Pines. We do what's known as a SHIP program or community block development grants. And those programs exist where people can apply, either the elderly or the lower income people can apply to have their house upgraded for storm protection. We do that a lot in Pembroke Pines. We'll go in there, we'll evaluate a home. They'll get new doors, they'll get new windows, they'll get a new roof. It's not part of a 203K or a home style, but it's along those same lines. It's
right.
But the government, the federal government or the state government's helping these people upgrade their homes. The caveat there is you have to live in your house for 10 years after you've done the renovation. So they all have their strings attached. But in that case, if someone said, hey, I'll upgrade your home, you just have to live there for 10 years. I'm like, well, this is my forever home. Yeah. I'm not going anywhere anyway.
There you go. Yeah. And when you have that, and there's sometimes they structure it like a lien, if you refinance it or within the first 5 years, 3 years, it's a lien type of deal. I did a deal like that for a family member down in South Florida. I remember when you said shipped, I remember that one. That was involved. There's like 20 grand from there. There's another 25,000 from another source. So he got in with $45,000 of basically donated cash to a down payment. So there's some great programs out there. Leo Cannyn here with Brandon Rhymes on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Reminder, if you want to reach out, 813-670-7372. Give us a call or take us up on these offers. We would love to reach out. Last week we had a lot of great calls in, coming in around credit, people wanting to find out how they can improve their credit scores. That's why we set this show up. We're Tampa Bay and the Gulf Coast region's #1 consumer advocate-based program, and it's all about you as the listener, as the viewer of our TV show. Maybe you're checking us out on WeBeam TV, or maybe you're tuned in listening on the AM dial, maybe on the iHeartRadio app. There's a lot of ways you can engage with us, social media as well. So what else are you seeing out there, Leo?
Well, right now, I actually just got back from vacation. I did notice that gas prices have gone up 50 cents a gallon.
Yeah, that's coming, man.
That's coming. But just the impact from the hurricanes. I have also noticed shingle pricing re-roofing because gasoline's used to create the asphalt, to create the shingles. Manufacturers are raising their prices. Roof quotes, they used to be coming in between $275 and $350 a square, which is 100 square feet. Those are now coming in closer to $400 to $425, which are prices usually you see those at the beginning of the summer and not the end of the summer. So I'm starting to see a little bit of an uptick on pricing from materials and contractors. And if as Irma and now Jose, as they come closer to the States, I'm just going to expect to see those go up on a short-term basis.
See, that's what I was thinking too. Let's say, for example, you're in the middle of a build. Would it be wise to order some plywood, some roofing supplies, store it in a storage facility somewhere? Try to take advantage of that. I mean, yeah.
We try to get them as soon as possible.
Right.
And it's a big hit on the client at first, but it's, you already have it. You can touch it. You can feel it. You know where your money is spent.
It's called hedging.
Yeah, hedging. Yeah, I mean, it's almost like locking a rate. Do you lock the rate? Do you float the rate?
They do it on the commodities side of of things all the time. I mean, farmers hedge against a bad rainy season, so that if their crops don't grow, they've purchased their crop from another location, so they have it to sell. They buy it at a future price, and they actually take possession. So, I mean, yes, there's. Again, for me, I don't, typically when you see a spike like that, you're going to see it come back down pretty quickly. Understanding why. I mean, I think there was 11 or 13 refineries, I think, in Texas that were impacted. So again, once those come back online, which those are high priority, then you'll start to see, the prices actually start coming back down again from a fuel perspective. Now, from again, if you get back-to-back big storms like this hit major populated areas, supply-wise, that could stay.
That's what makes me nervous. Leo,
prices never fall as fast as they go up.
Never, no.
I think that's why I feel really comfortable with the company that I use for manufacturing, because they actually have everything already on site. So we don't see that.
Like
there.
it. It's all about saving money.
Nothing runs faster than fear.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
Ugh,
now we're in the lightning round, I guess.
Well, stay with us. When we come back, more from our expert contributors. We're also going to talk about this feel-good story of the week. Bakers were trapped for 2 days, so they made bread for hundreds of Harvey victims. And more from our expert contributors here. Give a shout-out to Kipton's, the Hotel Zamora on beautiful St. Pete Beach. It's the first new hotel built on St. Pete Beach in decades. It's a whitewashed Mediterranean palace with expansive luxury suites, great views overlooking the intercoastal waterside, also the Gulf side. You got a great view. Restaurant on site, Image 360. You've got the 360 rooftop lounge, and it's a great place to go check them out. Let them know the Real Estate Quarterback sent you, and you're going to get a 10 to 20% discount off of your stay over at Kipton's, the Hotel Zamora on beautiful St. Pete Beach. So stay with us. Don't touch that dial. Consumer Quarterback Show, helping you win in any marketplace. We'll be right back.
This is Warwick Dunn, and you're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show, hosted by my man, Brandon Rhymes.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com. You're listening to the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here, Quarterback Show, Platinum MVP Realty, and a top listing agent here in Tampa Bay. We don't care if you're climbing a corporate ladder, if you throw a ladder in your truck on the way to work. This show's for you. We're helping you win in beautiful Tampa, St. Pete, Clearwater here. Bradenton, Sarasota. Shout out down to Fort Myers as well. We've got our friends down there. Michael Thompson and Sunrise Realty, all the friends down there as well. Giving a shout out now to Signature Massage and Facial Spa in Tampa. Are you looking for a place to get a massage or a facial at an affordable price, but without having to sign up for a membership? Look no further. At Signature Massage and Facial Spa, they offer a 1-hour Swedish massage, $49.95, always no contracts. Come in early for the early bird hours and you'll receive an additional $10 off. And you'll receive a professional massage at a great price. For those muscles and knots that need extra work, ask about getting a deep tissue or sports massage. And if skincare is what you're looking for, they have amazing facial and microderm packages. Check out Signature Massage and Facial Spa, 11248 West Hillsborough Avenue in Tampa, or give them a call at 813-925-8898, 925-8898 to schedule an appointment. And make sure you let them know the real estate quarterback sent you, and you're going to get a 10 to 20% off your discount there for the first service that you have with them as well. So, all right, we're back here in studio helping you win in any marketplace. Jason Brooks in the house. He's the VP of Retail Sales, EMortgage Management. Kimberly Marie as well in studio, Principal Architectural Interior Designer with Arch Luxe, and Leo Cannyn, Principal Project Manager for Beryl Engineering. And we're having some fun here in studio. Let's go ahead and jump into our top 10. So every week we do a top 10. And actually last week we mixed it up a little bit. We had a little bit of a musical guessing game. It was, what did we call that? Name that tune we did last week. It was good. It was
classic.
What was it?
Game.
80 tunes. You would have done good, Leo.
I would have liked to have been on that one.
Yeah. We'll set it up. So they had fun with that. We had some good guesses there. All right. So now we're doing the top 10 states with the most rainfall, the most rain and snow based on statewide average precipitation this year. And it's let's go ahead. Let's open it up right here. Jason Brooks, most rainfall. We're looking for the states with the most rainfall.
Florida.
Florida is going to be number 5 on the list. You got it. Let's see. So yeah, number 5 on the list. Ranked number 5 is Florida. And you, Kimberly?
I don't know. Seattle, Washington.
I've heard of Seattle. I've heard of Seattle, Washington being on there, but unfortunately, I don't see it on this list. That's odd. Should be, huh? You'd think it was. This is currentresults.com. All right, so Seattle's not on the list. Leo, top 10.
Should I save the number 1 for later, or should I just go for the number 1?
Go for the number
Do
1.
it.
Hawaii.
You got it. Hawaii, number 1. Most average precipitation this year, currentresults.com. Maybe because it's current results, right?
Oh.
So I see now. Yeah, so Washington's in the winter. They're number 5 during the winter, though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you actually were on the list there. And then what was the other one? Okay, we got them.
Florida, yeah, so I'm going to go with Texas.
Texas is on the list at... Actually, it's not on the list. Texas is not on the list.
60 inches of rain doesn't help.
Yeah. How current are these current results?
Was this before or after Harvey?
Yeah, exactly. All right, get another guess, Kimberly?
Colorado.
Colorado. No, not on the list.
Precipitation.
Back to you, Leo.
I was confused number 2 and number 3. I'm hoping Louisiana is number 2.
Yes, yeah. Louisiana number 2. And then Mississippi is on the list for the winter at number 2. Hawaii's across the board. Summer, we get the most rain. Okay, so I see how they got this set up. So Florida's actually number 1 during the summer. And then you've got, so let's do the top, we'll just look at the top 5. So the top 5, you've got Florida, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, Hawaii, as far as ranked during the year. And then it varies per season. So Washington is on the list for the season of winter. There's your Seattle guess. Who was that? Was that Kimberly?
Yeah.
All right, Louisiana, Alabama, Mississippi, Hawaii. Number 5 is Georgia during the summer. Georgia, North Carolina, Louisiana, Carolina, South Carolina, and Florida. So, yeah, depending on the seasonal, that's where they're going here. Okay.
So that could be snowfall or rainfall.
Right.
Yeah.
But if it's current year to date, we shouldn't have much snow.
No.
Current year to date? Yeah.
No,
You'd think
January through about March would be about the end of that.
Yep. That sounds about right. All right.
Tell me something good.
All right, here's your feel-good story of the week. Bakers were trapped for 2 days, so they made bread for hundreds of Harvey victims. A group of bakers who were trapped in their Houston bakery for 2 days during Hurricane Harvey made hundreds of loaves of bread to give to flood victims. The 4 bakers at the El Balillo bakery had been working on a late shift when they realized they could not leave because of the water levels of the street. They decided to continue to bake for those affected by the devastating downpours. The workers used up to 4,400 pounds of flour to bake bread and pan dulce, Mexican sweetbread, throughout the night. When they realized they were stuck, they decided to keep themselves busy and help the community. They made many loaves of bread as they could. Brian Alvarado, the manager of the bakery, by the time that the owner managed to get to them, they had made so much bread they took the loaves of Load Emergency Center across the street were affected by the people. We didn't count exactly how many loaves, but they used 4,400 pounds of flour.
Wow.
That's a lot of bread.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Nice story.
Yeah.
A little feel-good story there for you.
The lightning round.
I am so good at
You know what time it is?
I'm
The lightning
major
round.
in lightning round.
Top tips, things to do, things to avoid, nuggets of advice. Jason Brooks. you're up
Nuggets of
first.
advice. I'm gonna, we've been expanding quite a bit. I'm gonna actually just use this time to make a shout out. If anybody out there that has mortgage processing experience, we'd love to talk to you. You can reach us through the show. We are expanding in the Tampa market as far as our operations center is concerned. So we would love to speak to experienced loan processors. So that would be fantastic for us.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
Yeah, reach out. People out there looking for jobs, you got to have experience. In this case, for the processing position, reach out and 813-670-7372. Call or text 813-670-7372. I know a lot of the contractors that are coming on the show, they're looking for good help too. Different companies. I think Fred Muth from Tampa Screens and Aluminum, shortage of labor. So if you're looking or know somebody who's looking to get a job, reach out to the show. We can potentially put you in touch with 80 plus show partners here. 813-670-REQB or consumerqb.com. Kimberly Marie, top tips, things to do.
Honestly, I'm looking for the same. But I will say a couple of different things. I'm actually looking for a personal assistant because I have to keep track of so much. And then with growing, I just need to make sure that everything is on point. And I'm also looking for trade professionals to go ahead and join our team because we're expanding so fast and they have to be willing to travel in the different areas in Florida. And if they have their CABO certification, that would be fantastic.
Okay. So looking for help wanted on the Consumer Quarterback Show today. We got loan processors looking for loan processors, and we're looking for a personal assistant for Kimberly, and also good help out there in the field, contractors and laborers. All right, Leo.
Lightning round advice would be, a lot of people think you got to have water, got to have batteries. What they don't realize is if a storm's coming, keep your car full of gas. Do not let it drop below 3/4 of a tank between now and next Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
Because when an area is hit and they lose power and they lose electricity and they can't get gasoline in, you want to make sure you have a full tank before the storm hits.
Yeah, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, also any extra containers, go ahead and fill them up. Fill up your generators, extra containers you have. And be safe out there. When the when the waters start rising, it's not a time to go out and play. There's down power lines. Got to be careful for all types of anything that's sharp that could be in that water. And, they had in Hurricane Harvey, too. Did you see they had a crocodile in somebody's house, the 10-foot crocodile?
I think
Did you see
it's
that?
sad. I
They
think
pulled
it's
them
so
out.
sad because they have nowhere to go.
Right.
And,
Yeah.
People just, I don't know.
I talked to some people, too. I had some friends that were over in the big Katrina. They said it basically turns into a war zone. So if you're a concealed permit holder, like myself, and, you think about everything.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be a different world if something like that were to happen. And then it comes down to survival. So your water is the first thing, some of the prepackaged foods, that type of things you want to carry with you. But the best thing is if you can afford to, if you can, just get on I-75, get out of the state, just be safe. That's the number one thing because you don't want to be sitting around in water.
I'm proud of Texas. I'm proud that's exactly what we stand for in the United States is what Texas just did.
Yeah, I love it.
So
when
I love it.
People come together, there's no race. There's no, people are coming together to
United
help
we
everyone
stand.
out, right? That's what you see a lot of in these times. And unfortunately, you do see the flip side. You see the scammers coming out too.
Mm-hmm.
So you
They'll
got to be
come out.
careful.
But there's enough good people to overshadow that.
Yeah. I was watching something on the news as well. They were saying just to be careful what you do donate can actually be used because they showed mounds of just, I guess it was kind of clothing, some kind of clothing that wasn't being able to be used or like breast milk or the formula was not, it just went bad because it wasn't refrigerated. So you got to be real careful when you actually do donate or give that it's actually going to be used. So I want to thank our expert contributors today, Jason Brooks. He's the Vice President of Retail Sales for EMortgage Management. Kimberly Marie as well, Principal Architectural Interior Designer for Arch Luxe. And Leo Cannyn, Principal Project Manager for Beryl Engineering. And, of course, shout out to John Gasson and the team with WeBeam TV. Check out our daily TV show on WeBeam TV, 10 a.m., as well as engage with us online. We'd love to hear from you at consumerqb.com. At Brandon Rhymes 1 on Twitter, Brandon Rhymes PA on Facebook. You can engage with us on Instagram as well at Brandon Rhymes 1 on Instagram. And reach out. We'd love to hear from you, help you out, and be a force for good out there. We want you to go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. Something as simple as packing up leftover food, carrying it with you to and from your commute to work, handing it to that person that you see in need. Donate some time, donate some money, and be a force for good out there. Be kind to one another. We'll see you next time. Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
You've been listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Contact Brandon Rhymes at 813-670-7372. That's 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com. And join us next time for the Consumer Quarterback Show, weekday afternoons at 5 on AM 1380. The Biz.
Enjoy tranquil seclusion in an eco-lover's paradise. Paddling through the mangroves where the only sounds you'll hear are the sounds of nature. Because you deserve to relax on vacation, visit Pasco County, Florida.